All right, Oilers fans, buckle up, because things are heating up in Edmonton like playoff overtime. There are 3 huge stories that could break at any moment, and you're going to want to be all over them. First off, there's word of an 8 deal being put together behind the scenes, and nope, it's not for the star we all immediately think of. Then, there's a potential trade brewing with the Red Wings that could finally fix one of the team's biggest headaches. And to top it off, there's a question that's keeping fans up at night. How much longer can we count on one of the defense's cornerstones? The answer isn't exactly comforting. If you bleed Oilers orange and blue, hit that subscribe button now so we can hit 1,000 subs and show the league just how loud and proud Edmonton fans really are. On and off the ice, if you thought this offseason would be chill in Edmonton, think again. The energy behind the scenes is as intense as a Game 7, and the rumors swirling. Now we'll have you watching every front office move with eagle eyes after another respectable run chasing the Stanley Cup. Fans expect this roster to stay strong, maybe even sharper than last year. GM Stan Bowman has been crystal clear. He wants to keep this team competitive and contending for the Cup again. And honestly, there's a player who surprised so much that he could be locking in his future here for a long time. Before I get into who that is, let's not forget that the big focus for fans is still on a contract extension for Connor McDavid. Bowman has said the talks should happen this offseason, but it's not just number 97 making waves. Another guy, who slipped in quietly last season, is about to take a huge step forward. Trust me, this news could reshape the Oilers' defense. For years to come, word is Jake Walman is about to sign an 8-year deal with Edmonton. That's right, folks, the defenseman who came in mid-last season and held his own could be here for the long haul, according to Jesse Kervelinch from the Hockey Writers. This info comes straight from Bob Stauffer. The plan sounds similar to what Trent Frederick got, a long-term contract with a lower annual cap hit, giving both the player and the team some solid stability. And the numbers backed it up. Walman played just 15 regular season games with the Oilers, scoring a goal and putting up 8 points. But he really shined in the playoffs, 2 goals and 10 points in 22 games, proving he belongs on the blue line. Looking ahead, and considering how thin the defensive talent pool is right now, this extension makes a lot of sense. Might not be a flashy name, but he's showing he can be a key piece on a team that's aiming to get back to the finals. So, Oilers fans, what do you think? Is an 8-year extension for Walman the right move? Is he the guy to keep our defense steady in the coming years? If this news hits home, share it with your crew on social media. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss any behind-the-scenes updates on our beloved Oilers. Let's ride this wave all the way to the Stanley Cup. And just when you think that's the biggest news, wait until you hear what's coming next. We're talking about a behind-the-scenes move that could flip the season on its head. And this isn't just any add-on. It could be the difference between another almost and finally hoisting the cup. Stay tuned because this next rumor is going to set Edmonton on fire. Lately, the chatter about changes in net for Edmonton has picked up big time, and it makes sense. Last year's Stanley Cup final showed us again what we've known. Consistency in goal has been a problem. Here's the deal. The Oilers have their eyes on a goalie who might not be a headline grabber yet, but has the potential to be a golden ticket down the line. This move could involve names well known to our fan base. Bob Stauffer dropped some hints that there's a promising goalie who's fallen out of favor where he is now, but has a direct link to Edmonton. He didn't name names, but left enough clues to get everyone buzzing. Most guesses, Sebastian Cossa, the young puckstopper from the Red Wings organization who lit it up with the Edmonton Oil Kings, and is still highly regarded by the Oilers scouts. But hold on, the speculation goes deeper. Detroit, that might include 2 current Oilers roster players, Vasily Podkolzin and Brett Kulak. Now that's where it gets tricky. On one hand, Cossa could be a future cornerstone in net. On the other, he's barely scratched the surface of the NHL, with only 1 game played and mostly experience in the minors. Is it really worth giving up to reliable NHL guys, a solid defender in Kulak, and a physical forward like Podkolzin, on a gamble for a goalie who hasn't yet proven himself at this level? This is where I want to hear from you, Oilers faithful. Would you pull the trigger on this trade? Would you give up roster players for a goalie still finding his feet in the NHL? Sound off below, because this one's sparking some serious debate. Don't go anywhere, because what's coming next might even make the most optimistic fan raise an eyebrow. The Oilers' front office is walking a tightrope and thinking way ahead, maybe even too far. And if the next decision shakes up the core of the team we know and love, you better believe it's going to cause a stir around Edmonton. Next season could be a turning point for this roster we all believe in. And there's one key piece who might be nearing the end of his run here. Let's get right to it. The defense is going to play an even bigger role in the march toward. But without a rock-solid back end, our chances drop fast. One name stands out as a symbol of stability and experience: Matas's Ekholm since he arrived. The veteran has become a pillar of the team, crucial on both ends of the ice. He plays smart.com and leads by example. That kind of leadership isn't taught, it's earned. Even with the young guns like Bouchard making waves offensively, it's Ekholm who keeps the defensive zone locked down. But now things are starting to shift. Ekholm is 35 and heading into the final year of his contract. So here's the tough question no one likes to ask. Is it still worth betting on him for the long haul? Last season was a mix of highs and some worrying signs. He posted solid stats but battled injuries and a noticeable drop-off down the stretch, especially with defensive lapses. That's a red flag for the Oilers coaching staff. The team knows it's in win-now mode and can't afford unnecessary risks, especially with big contracts coming up for McDavid and the newly extended Walman. So here's the heart of the conversation. Oilers fans, should the team re-sign Ekholm despite signs his game might be on the decline? Or is it time to open the door for younger players and focus on building long-term? The expectation is he'll still chip in 30 to 40 points, deliver solid hits, and keep bringing leadership in the locker room. But time catches up, and the wear and tear shows, especially on a physical defender like him. His health has to come first, or this might be his last big season. Now, I want to know straight up, do you think it's worth signing Ekholm again for a few more years? Or should the Oilers use that money to bring in younger talent and plan for the future? Drop your take in the comments, share this video with fellow fans, and subscribe so you never miss a hot update on the Oilers.